Well, I started dancing at a studio that's now closed, that used to be in Boston. It was on Boylston Street in between Arlington and Berkeley Streets, and that was Boston Ballroom. And I used to see their ads in the Sunday Globe, in the Boston Magazine. Joe Green from Boston Ballroom says, tangoing is fun, or whatever. And when I got out of high school, I thought I was going to go to college. I didn't go to college. I was going to work for a little while. And then I was going to take a dancing course, and I called the studio, and I wanted to continue before I'd even had my first lesson.
I started because actually my sister was the dancer in the family, and she had done ballet and jazz and tap her whole life. And from there, found herself at a ballroom dance studio. And then one day come home and told me that they were looking for men to train to be teachers, at which I laughed out loud because I knew nothing about ballroom dancing. But with a little arm twisting and convincing, I went into the studio to try it. And just as Dawna, I think immediately thought, this is pretty cool. I think I can do this. So went through a training period of about 6 months, I think, and then from there started teaching newcomers, wedding couples, and so on. We decided to open a dance studio actually quite early after we'd met. Dawna was teaching in Boston, decided to move to the area that I was teaching in, which was Warwick, Rhode Island. And we had many students calling to see if we would come up for the weekend and teach them up in this area. And as we started to do that, schedules started to fill up more on the weekend than they were during the week back at home. So we decided from that point to move up here and make a go for it. First we rented space for a couple of years, and then we opened our own school in 1984. And that's until present. I mean, we've had a studio now for 20 years. We've moved last year. We've recently moved to Woburn, where we've got a bigger space, 2 floors, and the ability to expand a little bit. Well, one of the reasons we decided to move and expand is that we met a terrific dancer, Tatiana Obesso, and she's a prima ballerina, and she dances ballet and jazz and hip hop and teaches Pilates. And when we met her, we kind of made an agreement: if we find a space with 2 floors, she can take the one floor, we'll take the other one, and we can work it out together. So we retired from competing because we have 2 children now. So that keeps us much too busy to be practicing every day and traveling for the lessons and doing all the things you need to do. But we do still compete with our students. We teach amateur couples who compete on their own, and we also teach students which we call pro-am students, and we go to competitions, and they dance against other studios who also would have a teacher and a student dancing together. And typically they'll be separated with the male teachers and the female students dancing against each other, and also the female teachers and the male students dancing against each other. So that keeps us a little bit in the dancing, staying in shape and in touch with the new choreography and the things that are going on to keep you on top of your game and on top of what's going on.
I guess I'd like to add that our students also had great success and continue to have great success. We have taken pro-am students to the top level, the championship level in the United States Championships, and they consistently make the finals. And there's a category called the Super Bowl that's created. It joins a lot of competitions together. And you have to be a top student competing in different competitions, and if you get a certain number of points, then you get to go to another competition. Anyway, it's like a qualifying thing. And Mark's represented the New England area, I think every time with girls in all of the categories that there are for him to dance in.
most couples, I would say, retire from the professional ranks probably in their 30s, younger 30s. And the pro-am also, then typically they dance a few years beyond that. I'm not going to say how old we are, but we're still going strong for our age. Let's put it that way.